Dropshipping on Amazon isn't as popular as it used to be back in early 2015. Before, you'd see a ton of product listings from Alibaba copied and pasted all over Amazon just to make a quick buck. Now that Amazon has implemented stricter policies and higher FBA fees, we'll dive into whether dropshipping is still sustainable on Amazon, and if it is sustainable, how you can actually succeed. It might not look like it, but I'm a recovering dropshipper. I used to own Treadmill.com, which was a dropshipping business that did about $2.5 million in revenue the year before we sold it and let it go. Our profit margins were razor thin on these products, however, about 10% or so, maybe give or take a point. But at the end of the day, 10% of $2.5 million in revenue is really not a whole lot of money for the amount of work we put into it. I have quite a few friends who are quite successful with their dropshipping businesses, and after interviewing them on the podcast, I found a couple of people who are successful in dropshipping who are successful for different reasons. So the first way to be successful with dropshipping is to sell products online from a brand that doesn't have a big footprint online already. This means being the first to put a company's products on Amazon. This happens often with a lot of old school manufacturers who still aren't very e-commerce savvy. These old school manufacturers are often smaller companies that have a long-standing agreement with distributors, and they're worried that they're going to disrupt this channel. But the problem with this, it's much harder to find brands without a big online presence since it's already well into the 2020s. And it's much easier nowadays to make a Shopify store on your own. The second way is to take a brand's products and provide additional value, even if they're already selling online. People can do this simply by offering better product photography. My friend Dave Kuya is a great example of this, and he's from hardcases.ca. He takes this one step further by creating Hollywood quality photography and videography for his dropship products. Dave Bryant, who also used to be a dropshipper, would bundle his dropship products with another product, which was actually two parts from the same brand. He would give the bundled product away for free, and this worked well for about 4 months until the brand owners saw it, and then they wanted to do the same thing for 10% less. So you're kind of doing a little bit of, I'll do it for a bit and then have someone come right on your tails. Now we'll go over the types of products that are successful in dropshipping. Niche items with relatively low demand can be a great start, or heavier items, especially those requiring less than truckload shipping. High-priced items might also do well with dropshipping. These items have room for success because they're items that aren't normally on Amazon and they're not heavily penetrated yet. Products that don't work anymore in dropshipping are items from major brands. This is because they already have a massive online presence. Items sold by Amazon itself don't work either. You'll have no hope of being successful dropshipping an item that Amazon is selling directly because you'll never match their pricing algorithms and you'll never be able to compete profitably. To determine which items are sold by Amazon itself, look for the ships from Amazon and is sold by Amazon on the listing. So let's say you have a product idea that you think would be perfect for dropshipping. The question now is, how do you find companies to dropship for you? First of all, you should stay clear of distributors or wholesalers. These distributors normally add at least 50% markup, which will make it difficult for you to be profitable. With that out of the way, the biggest key to success is finding brands that are not aggressively advertising online and that do not have a lot of other e-commerce brands working with them. You can find these companies by walking into trade shows and asking manufacturers face-to-face if they're willing to dropship. You can browse print catalogs of major retailers. Find the contact information for the brands they sell, and then contact them directly. Or you can try the old school, old-fashioned way by browsing through brick and mortar retailers and contacting the brands that they sell. The more focused your strategy is in the particular niche, the more successful you're going to be. Ultimately, dropshipping is a volume, high, cost-cutting game. He who sells the most products at the lowest prices and the lowest cost wins. Dropshipping businesses tend to have around a half to 1/3 the margins of private label businesses, but they're a lot less complex and less risky. To have the same profit with a dropshipping business, you'll need to have 2 to 3 times higher volume, and that means 2 or 3 times the orders, meaning more customer support emails, more returns, and kind of 2 or 3x the headaches as well. Dropshippers tend to have a very deep catalog of products, so to be successful, you'll have to be an expert at managing all of these disparate products. Here are some skills you need to be good at to manage a catalog of thousands of products. You'll need to know how to properly use feed uploads or CSV files to upload products instead of manually entering them one at a time. You'll need systems in place for getting product descriptions, media, pricing, etc. from multiple manufacturers with the least friction. And you'll need an inventory management system that will manage pricing, stock, descriptions, updates, and other things from manufacturers. But beware, you have to avoid being tricked into a false sense of profitability. Do not underestimate the costs that come with dropshipping. You'll have to factor in inbound freight cost, outbound freight cost, referral fees from Amazon, eBay, or other platforms, as well as advertising, the cost of returns, damages, and other shrinkages of your product. Dropshipping is also more suitable for very small companies because it's very difficult to properly pay other employees to help you manage a dropshipping business. Most are succeeding by doing things like having a successful SEO program, offering exceptional customer service, doing amazing marketing, or other tasks which are very expensive to hire for. Is dropshipping dead? No, probably not. However, I think that dropshipping is on a downward slope of its life cycle. Margins will continue to get pushed down, more brands will start to sell directly, and ultimately dropshippers are going to have a more challenging time being successful. Are you running a dropshipping business yourself already? Please share your thoughts in the comments below. And don't forget to like the video if you learned something new today. And subscribe to our channel if you want to see more of our content. All right, until the next one, happy selling. We'll talk to you soon.